Cantina has been constructed. What was that? Where? How can you die of asphyxiation?
Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel presents.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Planetbase here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host Max. For today's episode we will continue our ever-growing expansion of the Frost Planet colony, should I say. So hopefully you are ready for another round of fun content. Now, it's gonna be a bit more difficult to keep on expanding at a steady pace constantly, especially due to the fact that we have only a certain amount of colonists. We have a certain amount of robots too. We're gonna get another construction robot here for us, and hopefully we will be able to continue expanding. Now, our key here will be to try and create more food, so probably another cantina would not be the worst idea. Here's the thing, however, here is one, so I would really hate to cram one right over here, so maybe we're gonna have to go and try to put a biodome over here and try to put another cantina somewhere around these parts. As you can see, there are no cantinas currently, or maybe there is actually this one. But yeah, trying to cram too many of them in one place is definitely gonna hurt us, especially if too many of the NPCs or the colonists will reach the hunger check. So really hoping that we are gonna be able to grab or get even more things up and running. Now I'm gonna try to bring in more colonists, and this time I'm thinking we're gonna expand our numbers of biologists and workers even a bit further, because we will be then able to deal with the maintenance of the crops. Potentially, I'm not really sure if I did. Oh yeah, what I did basically was turn this entire lab into a tissue synthesizer, and this lab is specifically only for our doctors. So, of course, nobody is here to work. How is that possible? Okay, one person shows up for their shift. Great. Do wonder what are the other doctors up to, however. Now, as you can see, some of these crops which are further apart from the core of the colony are starting to suffer the deterioration or the lack of the conditions. So we're gonna try to somehow address that, but our goal will be also to keep on expanding this section. Now, I'm actually thinking we might try to take apart the wind turbine here and try to build the very large version, because that way the space already occupied might be more efficiently utilized. Which makes me also think that theoretically, if we would try to take apart these parts over here and try to put in bigger solar panel, bigger power collector, and bigger wind turbine, it would be much better utilized. Now, on my previous playthrough, or the first season, I never tried expanding into this zone over here, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna try to occupy this place. This seems to be way too narrow. So, trying to take apart these solar panels and power collectors and the smaller wind turbines might be actually a good choice. Problem is, I'm gonna have to do this carefully because we're trying to replace older structure with different sizes, and this building plot is obstructed thanks to the pieces of iron, and I really would hate to take apart the solar panel, especially during the daytime, since we don't have any wind, so the power is being used, and yeah, it's just gonna be a bit tricky situation to try and replace some of these structures and have something different placed there instead. Okay, the crops are doing well now, so I'm guessing the biologists are managing to do their job. I think we did get more colonists because we are now at 95. And previously we were at like 89, so I'm guessing around 6 of them have arrived by now. I really wish you would take the metal pieces away so that we can try to squeeze in the much larger wind turbine. Okay, the doctors are finally showing up for their shifts. Because they have a proximity to the bioplastic processors and a steady supply of medicinal plants and starch, or the bioplastic, they should be able to theoretically turn this laboratory into quite the efficient medical supply station. I'm really hoping it's gonna work out on our behalf. We're gonna have to take apart this solar panel, this power collector, and this solar panel. Problem is, in their place, we're gonna have to build something else, and as long as there are those ingredients placed, I'm afraid it might cause some issues. Okay, so let's see. This power collector will need to remain here because that is our main source. Problem is, I have kind of utilized or undone a lot of work here, so we're gonna have to be careful and hope that we are gonna be able to replace these things. Unfortunately, if the metal is unable to be collected, that is gonna hurt me tremendously. I'm really hoping that something will kind of push the robots towards trying to build something else, or we can try to build another one of these and try expanding the structures in these directions so that the metal pieces will be basically moved from one structure to another. So let's see if this will work and push the robots or engineers or whoever shows up here. Ooh, we have another achievement. It only took like, what, 6 episodes? Maybe I'm gonna finally learn how to play this damn game thanks to my channel. Oh man, but I really hope that you are enjoying the content. Like I said, I am sorry for the lack of the quality on the video side, but I'm working with only a limited hardware. So if you are new here, welcome. If you are a returning viewer, welcome too. Really hope you are enjoying the content. I'm actually having a lot of fun making the episodes. Okay, great. So we can squeeze in the massive turbine. I'm gonna try to connect it to at least 2 structures. And I'm gonna try to squeeze in as many very large structures as possible. By doing so, I'm hoping that we are gonna definitely increase our capacity of energy production. So far, we did not run into that horrible notification that we are out of juice, which is actually really pleasant. We're gonna have to take apart this thing. I'm gonna try to squeeze it a bit closer so that there might be room to get over here because, yeah, I realized that I have kind of completely blocked off my path to that structure or to that section of the map, but we still have a lot of room in this direction. This way we can continue from this oxygen generator to expand into the other corners. So let's see if we can try to squeeze in. Now it looks like due to the size, it might be a bit complicated, but just might be able to do this. We're gonna have some solar panels. We're gonna have some additional turbines. I did go for another very large power collector. Theoretically speaking, we can squeeze in another one of these. Don't really need to connect it to the airlock, and I'm not really sure if I want to construct like a mine somewhere around here. Theoretically, we can try to see, and we will see if the driller robots will make it their way all the way over here to actually try to mine for resources. This way, at least the two metal processors which are stationed over here might be able to have access to more resources rather than just having all the ore being taken in by this mine. So we will see, but I do wonder. Okay, so interesting thing is that most of the workbenches actually do possess a medical supply. Just looks like they haven't been taken out. Okay, and we have now over 100 colonists. Now I'm gonna have to stop the influx of new people for a bit. Damn it, we have intruders. Let's see how the guards handle the situation. Are there any more? Yeah, there's plenty of them. Do you wonder where are the remaining guards? These two have managed to get a bit further into the base. I think we just lost a bunch of people. Yeah, I don't think we can heal the worker here. Or can we? Okay, so this was definitely a bad thing. We really need to get in more guards. Ah, son of a biscuit. We just lost a worker. That sucks. And guards too. How many do we have now? Yeah, 7. We had 9, so we really need to ramp up the numbers for our guards stationed in here. It's 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6, 7. So that's 13 guards that we will at least require. So let's try to get it up to like 15 of them and see how it will affect our colony. We're gonna go for only the guards right now. Or let's try get guards and workers. Please don't tell me that these are another set of intruders. Okay, so we have recovered at least that one worker who has passed away. So let's try to get in those guards and we will then be able to continue. The dorm over here is fine. The medical facility is fully stacked up, which is great to see. The only unfortunate thing is that our efficiency to produce medical supplies might be a great thing for trading purpose, but also it might be an issue because our facility is across the colony over here. I just realized what I have or could have tried to construct. You know what, let's fetch the food just for the heck of it. At least we can ditch some of the raw resources. Let's do it like this and let's grab some coins too. And I really do hope that this ship with the colonists is gonna bring in guards and not armed intruders. Yeah, it looks like it. So the guy went to the armory directly and went to work. So kudos to him. Okay, so everything is being moved over, so good to know, but a lot of stuff, or a lot of our people seems to be hungry too, so hopefully we are able to supply them with plenty of food. You know what, let's go... Do we go with the 7 or... Yep, okay. We're gonna build a biodome in this direction because we have only one over here and it's gonna take a while for it to get up and running and fully supply the colony. Oh man, you know what I realized, what I could have theoretically constructed instead of that water tower? This damn thing. So that the engineers can actually be stationed here and we can start telling when the pesky blizzards will start showing up. I'm not really sure if it's more effective for me to have like 3 of the smaller ones or 5 or 2 of the larger ones. I really do not know if there's also a difference in how many people need to be present in order to properly staff the telescope. Why is there always only one doctor? But I'm really glad that they have the bioplastic right here that they do require, or the medicinal plants. Okay, the biodome seems to be up and running almost immediately, which is good news. We are at 27 out of 34. Theoretically speaking, if we would build one of these puppies over here, that would not be the worst thing, but we will see how the water consumption will change. Let's go with 4 wheat. Let's go with maybe a bit more mushroom now. We're gonna see how this will affect the water consumption, and based on that we will try to adjust. But I really need to find a place for those telescopes, and I think we have 15 guards. Beautiful. So that means that I'm gonna try to increase the number of medics, engineers, and workers, and like 2 more shipments of people or colonists. I should really not call them shipments since it's people. Although I don't know, what's like the worst condition ever that you traveled in? I'm talking about like flying in a plane with chickens next to you or something. Do let me know, because one of my friends was actually in India and he said that when they were traveling using a bus, it was filled with animals and people alike, so it was actually kind of interesting trip. Okay, we really need to find that location for those telescopes. But first, 30 out of 43. Okay, we seem to be doing fine. And let's take a look at who has arrived. It looks like an engineer, most definitely. Are you trying to tell me that one engineer has been dropped off by a ship which looks like an house, I don't know, like a crew of 12 or something? That makes sense. I really don't like it when you give me a small ship for trading purposes. But luckily enough, we are starting to accumulate those lovely amounts of starch, and I want to see how fast 28 pieces of starch can make it through 4 airlocks in a colony of 116 people and 24 robots, of course, because we have carrier robots and they love to do this stuff. So this part of the colony seems to be doing fairly well. You can see the train of starch approaching. I really don't understand why you all keep going through only like 2 airlocks. Oh, actually, they are starting to use the 3rd one. Beautiful. And another shipment of people. And I should really stop calling the shipments. Looks like some biologists and some engineers too. So maybe at 120 we're gonna knock it off with the influx of new people. We have 37 workers, 44 biologists, 14 engineers, 9 medics, and 15 guards. Beautiful. I'm really hoping that the addition of the engineers will allow us to process more stuff at the factories. All the processing plants will benefit from the added workforce to process the raw materials, because I'm starting to think that the sudden spike in the starch reserve means that we are just incapable of doing exactly that thing. Okay, so it looks like we just got a medic and an engineer. So that'll do for now. We're gonna go back to the... Yeah, Blizzard. We really need to work on getting those damn telescopes. Gonna need to find a proper place for the telescopes. Theoretically speaking, one can be definitely placed over here. I know for certain that through this rock I should not be able to build. Actually, it looks like I can. Fudge! Okay, but this is just like a small place over here, so theoretically that should not be so harmful to our colony. Are they actually connected? Okay, they are now. Theoretically, we can try to cram in some of the power structures too. Why won't you allow me to place you down there? Okay, let's turn off the alarm. Oh man, you have so many freaking spare parts. And you have 2 blueprints? You gotta be kidding me. Ooh, 65% commission. Even if I would try to spend or sell off the medicinal plants or medical supplies, I'm not really sure how much this would work. Wow. This is kind of a expensive transaction, but I want to see how do they execute this thing. We are looking at over 59 resources that need to be moved from point A to B. If you are thirsty, then go and drink something. There is like water fountain right here. And then go back to your work. God, I love these guys. This is definitely a good choice. One worker, come on, we need more of them. 125 is where I will definitely cut it off, because we're gonna have to monitor the meal consumption. I do see that they are capable of growing everything and maintaining the crops. It's just the fact that these are slow-growing crops. I want to make sure that the veggies and the vitro meat will be in time processed, because as you can see, the meal makers are completely empty. So we're gonna have to make sure not to basically put that many colonists to supply a ship with ingredients, because this can negatively affect us. Okay, so the telescope has been constructed, which makes me think that I should consider building... You know what, we're gonna switch off the influx of the colonists, because I am actually terrified by the number of meals which we currently have. So I'm gonna wait to see if they are gonna be capable of changing this somehow. Let's put in more crops. See that they are working out and everything. We should put down some of those water fountains. And the TV. Oh, I would kill for a meal, but actually we have jumped up in their numbers quite a lot. And we should be able to... Fudge. Okay, you know what? Let's just dismiss this guy. If we're gonna get a bigger ship, we might be able to sell off a stupid amount of whatever we might require. Okay, so this is exactly what I was afraid of. But hopefully these tables will be able to accompany a large quantity of people to eat. So far, we are not getting any starvation notification, so fingers crossed. Really hope I have learned at least something from the previous season here on the channel. By the way, if you have not seen it, I have tried to survive on the original planet, which looks like Mars. Some of the thumbnails have been actually kind of affected, or well, I took some inspiration from the movie Martian. Actually, not a huge fan of Matt Damon, but god damn it, that movie is really solid. Like really solid. Oh come on, stop giving in just wheat. We have mushrooms. We should get some pastas here. Yeah, how is this not being turned into a meal? I mean, immediately. And we're gonna have such a fat colony. So many carbs that cannot be healthy. Man, I would love like some lasagna or some pasta dish. I haven't had any pasta quite a while. I don't know why I'm punishing myself, but whatever. Okay, so you are interested in raw materials. You might not be able or willing to pay a premium for the storage, but at least we're gonna get rid of it, and we're gonna get some of those coins, so let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna get a shipment of 27. Come on guys, manage that tissue synthesizer. Why are you all so unhappy? I mean, don't you have all the facilities that you require? There is some stupid amount of meat in these. Like, you gotta explain to me why they keep bringing only vegetables into one and only meat into another. Kind of beats the whole purpose of them creating meals, right? Maybe we should try building another one of these storage units here. Ooh, I know what I need. The damn telescope stations. Let's go with at least like 4 of them. Or maybe 5. Since we have the room, why the heck not? These 2 will be finally used for something useful. Oh man, so the food. Burgers, pasta. I have some more burgers, I think. For basic meal, even worse. They are able to eat. Might have to build another one of those entertaining facilities, maybe. But these ones seems to be doing a lot of the work. So let's take a look at the bar. It is brewing a lot of booze, so hopefully they are gonna be happier. Okay, so you have a massive cargo hold. I really don't know if I want to get the blueprint from you. So maybe if we would get semiconductors and other stuff. So now we're gonna free up some space over here so we can afford to put in these. No, that will not work. Let's grab some meals and let's go with 10. The rest can be coins into our pockets. Okay. So 2 semiconductors, 10 meals, and 49 coins for almost 60 units of storage. That should be a good deal. Really hoping they're gonna be able to carry the food inside and consume it. Would really love to see someone actually manning these telescope consoles. Maybe I should have not built so many of them for 2 telescopes. But I do wonder why exactly was there an issue of me not being able to try and squeeze in one of these big ones, you know? Like, there should not be the invisible wall. It should be somewhere. Oh man, where? Yeah, okay, so we actually did reach the invisible wall all the way over here. You cannot move past this point. But that should not give... Wow, okay. So the invisible wall goes along this line. So that makes... Okay, so that explains why I cannot actually construct anything else in here, which stinks a lot. Because there's a lot of room for these structures. Let's see if at least one engineer will be interested in working. In the meantime, how's the colony doing? We are picking up the production of bioplastic. We are picking up the production of the metals, but our storage of the spare parts is suffering greatly. That's kind of scary to me. I saw one engineer finally stationed here, and that's it. That's not gonna work for me, guys. We need like a whole lot more of you working here. Oh, the welfare is decreasing, the prestige is increasing. You have only 15 engineers. Now I don't know which one of these ships is. Okay, so we can trade with you. You have 60% commission. God darn it, come on, man. Work with me. We need some semiconductors, that's for sure. We can ditch some of the medicinal plants. We can definitely get rid of the starches. Carrier robots. 384. $400, 384. Okay, so 2 carrier robots, 2 semiconductors, 10 coins for 36 items. I can live with that. Robotics facility is really working hard. Please tell me that there are meals, at least some meals. Because nobody is carrying any food into the meal makers, so that's kind of a scary situation. Should theoretically try to cram in more TVs. Darn it. I don't want to build it here because we might be expanding through this place over there, so yeah, let's try and not do that. This storage has kind of been emptied out. I really hate that the ore is just sitting there. Kind of defeats the purpose of having so many driller robots, and we have stupid amount of supplies sitting here too, decaying. It would be actually beneficial if they would do something regarding that too. You know what, I'm actually thinking we're gonna do another cantina right here. We're not gonna connect it to the lab. The whole purpose of this lab is to be as full of workbenches as we can have. The medical supplies are a great commodity for trade. And I've just realized one massive problem. And that is that we do not have any simple or single airlock in this general direction. So let's do this. We are gonna do oxygen generator. We're gonna connect it to these two structures. Okay, apparently I cannot connect it to these two structures. Don't understand why. Okay, now we can. Now we're gonna put down the airlock. And here we're gonna put down another cantina. This way the maintenance can be handled, or the supply can be theoretically carried over here. And once we build like another one of the multi-domes somewhere around here, what we might try to do is build a few dorms close to this mountain range. So this way we should be able to extend the numbers of beds so more colonists can rest up. Everything is managed somehow properly. This is kind of scary how there is this massive gap. Looks like we're gonna need more biologists in order to keep up the maintenance of everything. I don't understand it. They should be capable of dealing with these low maintenance crops. I mean, I'm not doing any goddamn tomatoes or any other stuff just because it's so inefficient. It requires a lot of maintenance, and we end up sitting on a stupid amount of stuff that we don't have the purpose for being used for a recipe, and I really would hate to see starvation hit the colony. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna take in... let's go 50-50. Workers and biologists. This way, hopefully, we might be able to ramp up the production of some of these things. There are some engineers here working, so that is great news. Cantina has been constructed. What was that? Where? How can you die of asphyxiation? Were you walking around outside for a stupid amount of time, or what the hell has happened? We're gonna just sell raw materials to this ship. It's a big one, so it should hold a lot of stuff. A lot of vegetables are gonna be sold. I don't think he has enough coins. Yeah, he should have. With 35% commission, that's 267 coins. I really don't understand how that colonist died of asphyxiation. we're gonna try to see if we can fix that. We're gonna build 4 of the meal makers over here. Just to be on the safe side. Gonna put down some water fountains and some flowers. Multi-dome. To improve their mood. Another TV. So when you are doing your pull-ups, you can be watching some TV show. Or potentially check out the channel. There's a lot of content which you can binge at this time. I mean, I think I have over like just 80 episodes on Stardew Valley alone. Darkest Dungeon 2. And other titles which I have been covering ever since I started the channel. I mean, sure, I started the channel with Graveyard Keeper, but I've managed to actually cover the whole game already, with the Stranger Sins DLC Visions included. So if you are interested, you can theoretically go and check that stuff out. Okay, let's see. We're gonna put in a lot of beds. Hopefully this is gonna be working well for the colonists. Cannot understand how she got asphyxiated, but as soon as we have built this, they are coming, so there might be something to it. Let's try to keep them happy for a change. I definitely know that I did not work on having like a proper welfare at the first season, and I really don't know how to manage it properly. I'm still learning the game, to be perfectly honest, so if you have any tips, the comment section is exactly for that, so please let me know what you would do in order to improve the overall situation. I'm gonna try to sell some stuff in order to get coins, so that eventually if someone shows up with some blueprint, even though if I will not use it, just so that we can acquire it, and so that I have as many achievements for this planet as possible, it would actually be really useful for me, I think. Okay, let's try to get as many coins as possible for these supplies. So we're gonna leave it at this point. I did not get any notification of an upcoming blizzard. Fortunately, the engineers are not that willing to man or station at the telescope consoles. Not sure if it's cause of how many engineers do we have, and I don't know if I just put in an order to construct this, so we definitely don't need that. This is being supplied steadily. Come on, why are you unhappy? I mean, we have everything for your entertainment here. I can try to take this apart and... damn it. Let's go with one more for the alcohol. Let's try to put in some TVs. They seem to work most effectively in improving the stats of our colonists. You know what? We really need to increase our engineering numbers, so let's go with this. Food-wise, we are once again kind of dropping down. So if we get the possibility, I'm gonna try to acquire Please tell me you have mushrooms and wheat too, not just 2 mushrooms. God damn it, guys, come on, work with me. You have all that you require. This can be a burger. That's a lot of hungry people. Starting to think this bar was maybe a bad choice and I should have gone with another cantina. What if we would remove the water extractor and try to build a cantina in here? Can that be done? Maybe I'm just gonna build another cantina over here. And this way, the food from here and the lab can be carried to more facilities, and hopefully the people will be happier. Yeah, we have the blizzard here. Really hoping that's gonna not negatively affect supplying this ship. Looks like it's actually been completely filled in. You know what? We're gonna go with the meals just to be on the safe side. I don't see any spare parts. Maybe 1 carrier robot would not be that bad, or maybe even a driller robot. 411, 627. God damn, that's a lot. But thankfully enough, you have the coins exactly for that purpose. But I would still love to try and ditch some of the starch. Let's go down to 40, let's go down to 15 with the ore. Let's get rid of some of the veggies too, and voila. We're gonna get 13 meals and stuff. We don't, well, 35 pieces of starch are gonna take a bit to actually get us there. But because we have blizzard now, I'm really hoping that everyone will be able to like either sleep or eat or just work in the processing plant or whatever. We are completely out of spare parts, which is the worst thing ever because the condition on all of the windmills is gonna probably deteriorate due to the outside conditions. The TV screen has been constructed. Blizzard seems to be passing. But let's see if you can supply that ship. I'm really hoping we're not gonna get starvation in here. Yeah, I know we ran out of spare parts, but I'm like trying to force the engineers to actually do something useful for a change. And it doesn't look like they are biting, so I don't know. Any tips on how to motivate our engineer class to do their damn job? It seems to be running into the same issue when it comes to the doctors themselves. But hopefully we're gonna be able to build the cantina over here, and that way we're gonna be able to increase the mood and or morale of our colonists, fill their bellies full of good stuff, and yeah. Really hope that the oxygen here will not decrease too rapidly. I might have to build another oxygen generator in here just to be on the safe side, because this will ask for a lot of people to show up in here. 1 airlock will do just fine. Yeah, look at this. All of these wind turbines require maintenance and like pronto, or this is gonna end badly. Okay, they are being fixed. Really hope that 1 spare part can do the sufficient work required to fix whatever is necessary. Yeah, the beds seem to be occupied fairly quickly. I think that this dorm is also being fully occupied. I'm gonna be able to squeeze in more of the meal makers. Unfortunately, those are armed intruders. Whee! This is gonna totally screw up the entire video, so I do apologize for that, but we're trying to prevent massacre. Looks like the intruders have been taken care of. Did we lose any of our guards? That is my question. No. It looks like we were able to hold on to our number of colonists. Thankfully, the medical facility is here to provide the necessary treatment. Let's try finishing off this cantina. We're gonna try to actually put down 4 meal makers instead of 3. Maybe that's gonna motivate the colonists to bring in more stuff. Who knows? I'm guessing. It's not a definite thing. I cannot guarantee that it will work somehow, but if it's gonna change the outcome of how we are currently processing food or the ingredients into food, I would be super happy. Okay, you know what? We actually need to change the angle. Take this damn thing apart. And if we do so, we are able to squeeze in a TV. So hopefully, yeah, immediately meals are being made. So hopefully the 2 cantinas here connected to the biodome will be able to supply us. The laboratory seems to be doing still well enough. I'm quite sure that in one of the future episodes we're gonna have to find a place for another very well placed laboratory. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here. We did manage to build some external structures, we did manage to run out of spare parts and stuff. We did expand the colony even further more. So yeah, if you do like what I do here, consider giving the episode a like. This will help to push my content onto more viewers. Like I said, I do apologize for the lack of the better visual quality, but I'm currently working with a limited hardware, so I do apologize for that. Eventually, when I will be able to improve my hardware, that depending on the new stuff which is supposed to be released and everything, I'm gonna try to come back to Planetbase and try to do like a playthrough where the visuals will be nice and crispy so that you can enjoy it. But for that, also consider subscribing to the channel. I publish content on a weekly basis, so we will have always something fun to watch. I cover a variety of games. I also do tips and tricks, discussions, and early in-game reviews. So go check out the channel, link is in the description. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you at the next one. And please tell me I just did not agree to sending him like 51 ingredients for nothing in return, because that would kill me. Okay, the meal maker seems to be doing their damn stuff. Yeah, mushrooms and chicken, that won't give me too much stuff to work with. So please make sure to supply everything with the proper ingredients. But yeah, that will be it for this episode. Thank you for watching. See you at the next one. And bye-bye.